the 44. They fake it to Floyd. Young to the air. Young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown San Francisco.
Well, that's quite a statement their defense made.
You're tuned in to NFL Weekly Review.
Talofa Faithful, how's everybody doing? Captain Niner here with your Niner Faithful Radio Weekend Review Show. It's the show. We talk about what's happened during the week, give a little preview for what's going on for the game this week. And why is my camera all sorts of backwards? Hold on a second. What did you do to this, TJ? I don't know. Let's see. Mirror camera. Let's see. Much better. My camera's what's going on around here? Anyways, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the Niner Faithful Radio Weekend Review Show. We got Mr. Tommy Huxley in the is the U2 fairies again. Yep, brother. You know, just two fairies doing our thing, flying around, having a good time. How you doing, brother? Good to see you again. Ain't seen you in a minute, Tommy. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the this week's matchup against the Bucs. Some of the things that have happened this week. It's a big week. Another one actually. We got Mr. Bradley. How you doing, brother? Thank you for showing up, Mouse. Again, another big week. I don't know if it showed up. Did it show up? Yep, it showed up on there. Okay, I want to make sure that it showed up on there. Can we show it on chat now? Let's see. Show on stream. Will it come up now? Yeah, there we go. Anyways, yeah, there we go. So anyways, big week for us, just as it was last week. This week, it's not just for the number, who's going to be the first place in NFC West. This is going to determine who's the best team in the NFC currently. Now, granted, it's only 5 weeks in kind of thing, or 6 weeks in at this point, but we're a quarter of the way through the season. And this team, through hell or by crook or high water or however you want to say it, this team right now is winning games with what you could probably say is 75% of its roster healthy. And that's not even including the fact that we lost Nick Bosa for the season. That's just the rest of the roster that's just been beat up and everything else. So, again, we're going this one. I mean, I have to look up the stats at some point to see what a 5-1 team looks like, going for the rest of the season and what it looks like for playoff hopes and or Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff. Have they won a Super Bowl? It's going to be a tough matchup. And again, for sure, Bradley, definitely going to be one. Both of these two teams, the Bucs, the last 3 weeks in a row have won on field goals. The last second one. And then, like I said, the rest, the only reason why they're 4-1 is because they lost on the last second field goal to the Eagles. So, I mean, like I said, even though the Eagles lost Thursday night to the Giants, that's a whole different story. But we are going to pay some bills. So give us right back, and hopefully TJ will be with us. Give me just 1 second.
Founded and backed by the GOAT himself, Gold Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all GOAT Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca. Promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X.
All right, everybody. So let's go ahead and let's bring this one down. We're going to have to take you guys off stream. I just want to make sure we say, what is up, Mr. Whoa, Kenny? But why, though, Kenny? I have many a question for you, Kenny. All right, so let's go ahead and take this off stream. And then we will bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. TJ. What's up,
What's
brother
got
man? How you doing? How you doing,
you
brother?
know, another day, another dollar, as they say.
You get paid now?
Yeah, I know, right? Um,
uh, how's it been? How's your week? Oh,
well, you know what's up, bro. You
well,
you
yeah.
know what's up. But yeah, no. So there'll be some changes coming to NFR here pretty quickly and everything like that. I'll make an announcement and everything like that when I figure out exactly what's going on. But there'll be some changes coming up and everything. But I think maybe for the better. But bro, working. Stacking the loot, another day, another dollar. It's still got to work tomorrow. That's why I'm not drinking. To me, it's just a mindset thing.
Okay.
Like the next couple shows, the next 3 shows, yeah, I'm gonna be because I got the next 3 weekends off, so I
Yeah.
won't have work tomorrow. So my mindset's gonna be totally different. But now, nah. My one weekly drink that I have is and will always be when the week is over.
Fair.
That's my
Well,
that's my
for me, it's we just for you guys who don't know, I work in irrigation, and this was the longest week because this is our first week of getting ready to do winter blowouts. You shut down irrigation systems, before they freeze, blah, blah, blah. It's hell. We have probably close to 5,000 clients. I've probably made close to about 3,000 appointments this week. My brain is a fucking mess right now because I'm like
yeah.
texting, typing, answering the phone call. Blah, blah, blah. I'm done. This week's fucking sucks. But for that, I am going to have a drink out of our lovely Niner Faithful Radio glasses. I got some of my Valhalla mead that is made out of it's made out of old whiskey barrels. So it's mead. It's got a little bit of taste of whiskey in it. Salute, everybody. It's been a good week.
Salud. That's actually when I disappeared for a second. I was actually trying to see if I could grab an apple juice, but I don't think I have one opened. And yeah, anyway, I'm not dealing with that right now. So
Okay,
let's
so
get
for
this
Kenny,
cracking. Oh, real
Kenny
quick,
says he was going with the Bucks because when he roots for the Niners, they lose.
hey, you know what,
That's
cuz? Fuck
I'm
it,
not
man.
with that one though. You
I
just
don't
telling me
know.
I got
I
to
don't
root
know, bro.
against my team every week. I ain't
Yeah,
down with
I
that
don't
one.
know. Look, like this week I had met some okay, so on some weird shit, I had to get a storage unit. Like this is the craziest story ever, bro. I had to get a storage unit.
Mhm.
And so I set it up and everything like that, where I'm just gonna come in on Tuesday, pay for everything, all that, right? Um, so
Yeah.
so I get into the so I set up the appointment and everything. So I get a call from public storage, and I almost ignored it, right? But then I thought maybe it was like a hey, you actually can't rent from us, because I had a ex do some shitty shit a couple of years ago. So I was like, fuck, maybe they're calling to tell me that, and I got to figure out some other shit. So I answer it. Dude's talking. Long story short, dude's talking to me. I decided to go ahead and pay for it so I could just go to the unit, start moving shit in, right? He asked me for my email. I told him, oh, I give him my email, Niner Faithful, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, oh, I like your email. And I go, well, bang, bang, bruh. And he goes, bang, bang, Niner gang. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm on this phone for this motherfucker for like 45 minutes and we're chopping it up Niners. Right? Well, come to find out, he sits there and he says, hey, bruh, I've been working a lot, but the only game I happened to get a chance to watch was the Jags game. And he goes, I didn't watch. He goes, I was working and I didn't check my phone until after the Yams game. So basically, the only game he watched this year we lost because he's either been at work or had prior arrangements. And he goes, should I watch the game Sunday? Because he's like, bro, you got me fired up. Because I told him like, I went through the whole spiel that we went through on Tuesday, where I was like, look, this ain't about whether this game to me is about are we a legit title contender? Can we compete with the big boys? And he's like, and you know how I get, bro. So we're firing him up and everything. And I didn't know. I didn't know what to tell him, bro. I said, look, bro, I don't miss Niner games. That's just me. Okay. Like, that's just whatever crisis is going on is going to be going on in 3 hours. You feel me? Like, whoever's in the hospital, they're going to be in the hospital in 3 hours. Like, that's just how your boy operates. So I said, I can't tell you, bro, because the idea of missing Niner football to me is crazy. Like, I wouldn't be working, so I said, look, whatever you feel you got to do, pray about it, in the name of Bill, Jerry, Joe, and Ronnie. Whatever we got to do. But I don't know, I don't like that one kind of tore me, where I was like, do I watch the game and have us lose? Like, and then what does he do if he actually watches the game and then we lose again? It's like, well, fuck, you legitimately don't watch the rest of the season? Like, what do you do?
Right. So one of the people that live here in Tacoma is head of the NFL Refs Retired Association, and his name is Jerome Boger. Here, I'm gonna pull him up real quick so you guys can see what he looks like. And I was talking, I shoot it up with him. I was like, hey man, the refs this year, what's up with them? Because I talked to him. He's like, man, he's like, we're working on it, man. He's like, but we are working on it. I'm like, all right, man, because y'all are killing my team right now. He's like, oh, he's like, what's your team? I was like, I'm a Niner fan. He's like, oh man. He's like, yeah, but let me see if I can pull him up. Stop sharing screen. So he's an old school ref. Some of the older guys around here. So this is Jerome Boger. Like I said, so you guys will probably remember him from like the late '80s, early '90s. He's an old school ref.
How am I faring out?
I don't know. That's just Tommy.
Tommy. Anyway.
But yeah. So that's
okay. Hey, shoot it to me in the chat, bro, because I'm on my phone. I can't see the screen with the shit.
All right. So we got
thank
Kenny,
you.
who likes buttery nipples. Yes, Kenny, I am drinking that Renaissance Fair shit. Look, man, I got hooked on this shit about 5-6 years ago, and yeah. What is this? And by the way, Steve-O, what's up, Steve-O? Didn't say hi to you, man.
I don't know if I could ever what's up, chat? Good to see y'all. I don't know if I could ever drink meat again because I went over to Jason's house. We fucking, we beat shit out on and everything like that. I drank some and we didn't literally win a game in the division the rest of the year.
Fair.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
all right, so let's get into this like you were talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we'll get to the refs. Also, wanted to say we didn't get a chance to say this on Tuesday, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Offensive MVP of the week is KB and Mac Jones. Jason's obviously KB. Mine was Macalicious. Yes. I've started one of my nicknames, which later on in the show I actually have an announcement before we get out of here.
As long as you don't start singing a song for him, I'm good.
I'm fucking making it. Look, if he fucking, I don't know, I'll think of a way to start singing a song. Mac Attack is back.
That's not so bad. Mac Attack is back and not too bad. But as long as you don't start singing some like crazy song, then I'm good. So.
I actually have an announcement about somebody's nickname changing, a pretty big nickname, but we'll get to that at the end of the show. All right, bro, let's rock and roll.
All right, so obviously we are playing the Bucs this week. Bucs 4-1, us 4-1. Basically, whoever wins this game, first in the conference, take number 1 seed. Playoffs start tomorrow. And imagine, we're a third of the way through the season after this week. If you had told me that the Niners were going to be 4-1, 4-2, 5-1, I think that is way above expectations, honestly, compared to what we thought, because, we had such a young team. We expected to lose the game or so, especially with some of the injuries that we've had.
And this is the thing that's made me feel the weirdest. I was just literally like, so y'all don't know my process on specifically on game days too. I start like talking to myself and starting to kind of get an idea of things I want to bring up on the show and whatever. Sometimes I'll shoot Jason some stuff. Sometimes I won't. But today I was literally thinking about myself, and it's so crazy because
Pause.
so I was thinking to myself today, it's my mentality going in is the 4, let's just even say 5-1, 4-2. Going in isn't such a shock. Maybe the Yams game, whatever. What it is it's the fact that I would be like, oh, Nick Bosa has like 8 sacks. George Kittle must have like 7 touchdowns. Brock's thrown for 300 each game.
Why do we not have a rushing touchdown? Like, we should have about 12 of them right now.
CMC must be leading the league in touchdowns and rushing yards. But you see what I'm saying, Jason?
We've at least had 1 pick, right?
A couple pick sixes. Like, not even just pick sixes. Like Fred Warner would have took one to the house against the Yams. And it's not. It's Alfred Collins fucking with one of the biggest plays in regular season franchise history. Like, legitly, when you consider the circumstances, I'm not saying biggest, but I'm saying in my lifetime, just off the top of my head, in the regular season, the only thing off the top of my head that comes close is a clinch by an inch.
Yeah. And then the what's the one that was versus Atlanta? With Bowman taking the pick six.
Pick up the stick.
Yep.
Okay, slap myself. How could I forget to pick up the stick? Slap myself. Okay. I'll get. Yeah, like, okay. One of look, we could that's a different show. But yes, like, pick up the stick, clinch by an inch, and this one, yeah, like you're starting. This is one of the biggest plays in franchise history. What Alfred Collins made. That's the crazy part to me. Not that the Niners are 4-1, number 1 seed in the league. That's not the super crazy part. What's the super crazy part is that it's the rookies.
They're growing up fast, ain't they?
They grow up fast, don't they?
Yeah. All right. So far this week, what we're looking at is that we reinstated Malik Mustafa off the PUP list. I have not heard yet if he's officially playing on Sunday or not, but from what I've seen from the practice videos and everything, he looks good. Look,
Brad, I just needed, I don't know if y'all seen that clip of him, getting up over Demo.
Yeah.
If you could do that on a surgically repaired knee and then continue to practice first of all, continue to practice that day and also fully participate the next day in practice, you can fucking play.
Let's say take away Niners T fan car for not knowing that. Ooh, he's got you on that one, brother.
Yeah, cuz that one was rough.
Then we also released Jalen Mahoney from the practice squad. And then we also designated Kevin Givens to return from injured reserve.
Nice.
So we might be getting some, as bad as the defensive line has looked at times, depth-wise, we might be getting some guys back. Kevin Givens, Kalia Davis was out there with his nice-looking, lovely-looking club after breaking his hand. Alfred Collins was out there with his 19-foot wingspan and all that. So some of these guys who we were expecting to be out a little bit longer seem to be coming back just a little bit sooner.
The one that's concerning me, I'll wait till we get to injuries. I'll wait till we get to injury.
Well, why don't? Oh, no, that's just okay. So our big stories from the game. I don't have much for this week. I'm just gonna say this: both teams right now, we are to an extent mirror images of each other. We're both beat up. We're both barely winning, but we're both winning, and with the 4-1 record. This game is going to be fucking badass. Did they officially say Kevin's is out? Okay. All right. And for some of the people, I'm not going to say some who may actually be in this chat or not, are you believing it that these guys, like we've discussed, how much time did we spend in the preseason and the beginning of the season saying that some of these rookies were going to cost us a game?
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd be winning us a game so soon.
No,
if you told me that we were 3-2 because of Upton Stout giving up a big touchdown, because
he doesn't
Alfred
make
Collins
that week up. he doesn't make
Exactly.
that breakup in Arizona against Arizona.
Exactly. Alfred Collins doesn't stop Kyron Williams, and he just kind of goes by him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So if you told me, the rookies cost you a game, you'd be like, all right, yeah, I get that. 3-2, not so bad. But they're already making plays. Salah's already got these guys playing there. They're getting the experience. You do not learn faster than when you learn winning. If you guys, you know what I mean? Like when you're losing all the time and you hear the coaches talking to you, it's not necessarily that you're just shutting it out, but it's harder to absorb fully because you're like, fuck, man, I suck right now. I fucking gave up the big play. You're in your head, all that kind of shit. But when you're winning and doing stuff this good, making these big ass plays, and you're like, hey, man, you're already doing great. Let's take you to the next level. Absorb this. Your mind and everything else is going to absorb it so much quicker.
Also, it makes you trust your coaching.
Yes.
It makes you trust your coaching. It makes you believe, okay, the coaches, because you may be. Yeah. Yeah. My bad, bro. But my bad. I was getting to that one. You know what? I'll say one word before I start making that proclamation. I'll say one word. I'll say about two things. Adrian Colbert, okay, and you got to be pretty good to beat us, Cassius Marsh.
Yeah.
And those are the only two words I will say. But yes, no. Look, ultimately, so far, what I'm seeing, and not just the rookies, the second-year players too. What I'm starting to see, although, yeah, Dominic Cooney struggled, but let's be real, he's out there on one fucking leg. Is that whatever they did after the Trey Lance draft and the 22 draft, they clearly, whatever they started to go towards older players, less injury prone players, production, all the things that they've talked about in changing their draft philosophy have clearly played dividends.
Getting some of them fifth-year seniors, not getting,
Yeah. Look,
one-year
also,
wonders.
Let's be real. COVID also has helped some of this, giving people extra year in college and stuff.
Yep.
But like, yeah, bruh. I'm not ready to make any proclamations because 5 games a career does not make. But I'm not there on Garindo. But yeah, I'm agreeing with Steve-O right here. You tell me Mustafa, which look, Jason, does he look? Am I tripping? Does he look bigger? He looks bigger to me.
I mean, we were talking about in the chat. I mean, if all you could actually work out was upper body for 6 months or however long it was, your upper body's going to get bigger, So there's a good chance that he might have put on some weight on his upper body part.
Like, you know what? I'm starting to think, like, eventually, are we going to have to switch him to linebacker? Like, is he just going to get too big for safety? I mean, anyway, I can't see, like he's my quick preview for the pregame show. He's going to be my player to watch because I think that he's going to lay one of what Ronnie Lott used to call a woo lick, where you make the crowd go woo. Ronnie Lott used to call him a woo lick. I think he's going to lay a woo lick, and we're going to see if Tampa Bay really, really wants to come to play. Because let's be real, Tampa Bay ain't. Yeah. A lot of the players on this roster haven't been in a Super Bowl, but that Super Bowl culture is there, bro. Like, clearly the culture of this football team has rubbed off on these rookies, has rubbed off on the second-year players. So, like, the Niners have been in games like this. Fred Warner knows what it's like to be in Super Bowls. So, like, yeah, I think Malik Mustafa is going to lay a woo lick, and we're going to see if Tampa Bay will get up. And I can't wait.
Let's talk about Watkins when he actually gets on the field and stops being the second coming of Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts.
I was like,
But anyways,
Yeah, go ahead.
moving on to this
Yeah.
one. Michael Williams right now is one of the highest. He's getting double teamed 50% of the time. Now, obviously, that's because we do not have Nick Bosa on the opposite side, or else most of that would probably be going to that. But with the only people who are getting more love than him, I guess you could say, T.J.
Yeah.
Watt, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby.
Damn.
Those are the guys. I mean, and then there's him. That
No,
shows you the respect that they are showing the rookie already. Even though, like I said, he's obviously not the pass rusher. Huh?
Just I think everybody, for the people in the back, say those names again.
Oh, T.J. Watt, Max Crosby.
Okay, hold on.
Myles
T.J.
Garrett.
Watt, has he won Defensive Player of the Year?
No, I don't think he has.
No, I know his brother has. But pedigree, right? Like,
Yeah,
look, if T.J. Watt wins a defensive play, I would be more shocked if T.J. Watt didn't win a Defensive Player of the Year award than if he did.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Max Crosby. Perennial All-Pro.
I'm not gonna lie. There'd be a lot I'd be willing to see Max Crosby in red and gold, cuz like Chase.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. But when Chase Sr. tweeted out that what's up, media? When he tweeted out that picture of Max Crosby in the Niner jersey, and when he said Max Crosby is wasting his career in Vegas, he needs to come to a better. He needs to go to a better team. I retweeted it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, okay. So Max Crosby.
We could offer the Raiders 96 first-round draft picks, and they're still gonna say
no. Of course, bro. It's just look. I remember a certain somebody who shall not be named asked me a while ago if the best players are supposed to go to the worst teams, right? Like the worst team gets the first overall pick and parity and all those type of things, right? How do teams stay bad? Like how do the Lions stay bad year after year? The Raiders stay bad year after year. The Browns, whoever, right? How do they stay bad? By making decisions, letting your pride, letting the Bay Area rivalry or whatever prevent you from making a trade and that we offered more for. You know what I'm saying? That's how teams stay bad, by making decisions like that instead of taking the best package. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then the last one, what was the last one, Jason?
Myles Garrett. Just,
best D lineman in the NFL.
Best D lineman this generation. Best D line of this generation.
Yeah.
All right. So just want to say what's up to media here. Hold up.
Yeah. What's cracking, media?
Okay. So we got media here. Sorry, my computer just freaked out on us. Yeah, Greenlaw. We've made a good thing with Greenlaw because he's still on IR. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Chase either. I don't like him.
Well, I don't listen to pods anymore, but I'm just talking about the fact of that wasn't an endorsement about him as a podcaster or anything. That wasn't a knock. That was just yeah, bro. I need that in my life. Max, if you're listening, please, brother, please, I will pick you up from Vegas myself. Please come. Please come and
I wouldn't
save
say
our
I'm scared about Sunday. I'm excited because you've got two of the top two teams in the league going at it right now.
Yeah, bro.
All right. Let's see.
I fear no team. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a pregame speech on Sunday for the pregame, bro. Because I fear no team, bro. Look, I grew up with the mentality of it wasn't if the Niners were gonna win, it was how much. So this is like we said on Tuesday, Tommy. Thursday was
nice, Steve-O. That is nice.
Thursday was the start of people's journey. Like Jason said, people became faithful on Thursday. I'm looking at Sunday, and my motto for every week I'm gonna steal it from Jason. My motto before every game this year is let's make this game the start of somebody's journey.
Mhm.
And I'm ready for it, bro. I'm so fired. Oh, that Tommy, just you say that got me so fired up. I gotta stop. I gotta stop away from the
All
mic.
right. So I've got one for TJ here, and this is going to test a little of TJ's. I'm not going to call it fandom, but what's the word I'm looking for?
My rep as a self-proclaimed Niner historian.
No. Your faith. No, fuck. I don't know what the word is, but okay. It's going to pull the strings on who you like and consider the best.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah. I know, cuz. I know, cuz. I know, cuz.
5 tackles. That's all it is 5 tackles, which will probably happen halfway through the first quarter, knowing how Fred can go.
It'll happen on the first fucking drive.
Hey, very good possibility. Very good possibility. He
He'll have 5
passes
tackles and warm
the
up.
great Patrick Willis, all-time tackler on the 49ers.
I don't like.
As soon as I have some money, bro, I am fucking broke as a joke right now. Trust me. In fact, your shit is sitting right here in my fridge. It's just chilling. I've just been broke. So it is there. It's still waiting to go to you. I'm just broke. So yeah, 5 tackles. So, TJ, who's the best?
I don't know. Okay. So I will make this. I will make this now. Actually, I'm so glad you brought this up, Jason, because so the Niners put out a video like walking to practice today or whatever like that, and it was like they always ask the players a question. Today's question was, what horror movie would you survive in longest, right?
Mhm.
And Fred Warner, who y'all know I used to affectionately call Bam Bam, right?
Yeah, there we go.
He looks and he says, all of them, because I'm the boogeyman, Freddy Wooger, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to announce this right now. We are officially changing it to the boogeyman defensive MVP of the week. From now on, it's no longer the Bam Bam defensive MVP. He is now the boogeyman. Look, the thing that hurts me is that like I'll say Fred Warner had one more
That was
year.
yours, media, by the way.
Um, I will say Fred Warner is now played one more year than Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Look, bro, I don't know, cuz like
It's
because to me, I think ultimately what breaks my heart is that like over time, people won't truly understand what 52 meant to this franchise.
for some of those really dark years.
Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying, Jason? They won't know what 52. You might have very well been at the game where he had the pick 6 against the Seahawks.
Yep, I sure was.
You know what I'm saying? You might have been there for when he broke his hand on Sunday and played on Thursday with clubs on his hand.
Yep.
You might have you witnessed him hitting. I just remember it was against the Jets. I don't remember the receiver, but he hit this nigga so hard that the motherfucker threw up on the field. Like, I don't say this lightly. Patrick Willis could have played with Ronnie Lott. I think Patrick Willis is a man after Ronnie Lott's own heart, and I think that about 54 too. But look,
Steve, this is all it is.
I don't know.
I gotta send media a case of goat fuel.
I don't know, cuz I gotta give it to P. Willis still, cuz.
All right, so here we go to TJ and chat. Right now, you got the number 1 overall draft pick in the NFL draft. Who are you picking? 5, 4, 3
for today's game,
2,
for today's type of
1.
game. Yeah, you got to pick 54. You got to pick 54. No, I'm picking 52. I'm picking 54. I'm picking 54. I'm picking 54.
I'm taking 52 because even in today's game,
But the coverage,
he still covers good enough to where he would still be
I
as
think
dominant.
so. But to me, Patrick Willis was that last old school Brian Urlacher. Like,
Yep. He was that part of that last generation of hard
you
hitting
know
middle
how
linebackers.
Kyle always says to John Lynch, he couldn't have played in today's NFL. And John Lynch always says, I think I would have adjusted my game. But like
Yeah.
the way John Lynch played, look, for all y'all younger people, y'all don't understand Red 47 cuz like y'all know I don't give players that John Lynch was that dude. Like John Lynch was that man. Like on a defense full of alphas, he was the alpha.
Yeah, he was.
So the physicality of 52, like, look, you're not allowed to hit somebody so hard on the field they throw up, bro. Okay?
No, that is an automatic flag, and he probably gets kicked out of the fucking game these days. Let's be honest.
Might even be
that's
suspended. Like,
yeah, there's a good chance he's not playing the next week.
Like, look, I'm sorry, but for the most heartbreaking thing I have ever seen as a faithful, is seeing 52 walk off the field after Super Bowl 47.
Yeah.
And look, we could have some conversations when the boogeyman gets a ring, which I believe will happen. But I will say this, in my hearts of hearts, I believe 52 gets off the field on 4th and 1 last year. Or 23.
Yep.
And so I look, y'all know, secretly, y'all know how much I love Kittlecorn, but I have to say this now. Fred Warner is my favorite player on the team. Like Kittlecorn is 1B. Fred Warner is officially now 1A. Like he is my favorite Niner on the team right now.
I'm going to call them even. They're just even to me.
Like it's just like if you told me right now, T, you could only get one jersey, it's 54. It's 54.
To one jersey,
like of the current team.
Yeah. I'm probably getting Trent. Honestly,
I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I said that, and you were like, I was like, look, secretly, I might get 71 just because like the silverback is but yeah, like I'm getting 50. Like, look, there's a reason where I have to look at Fred Warner. Like, I don't care if it's on the Jumbotron or whatever. To get in my right state of mind, like I'm born ready, but to get that last little gear that I need to bring my all every single play for 60 minutes as a faithful, I need to look at Fred Warner. And I need to look in his eyes. And I you know what I'm saying? Like Fred Warner is a man off my own heart. Like I would be the player that would break down the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I love 54, but I still got to give it to 52, brother. I got to give it to 52.
All right, so here's our long list of individuals who are hurt. Now, granted, a lot of these guys are, second team players and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Purdy's the best quarterback I've seen as a fan. Okay. So obviously Mac's going to play. Kendrick's going to play. Alfred, I haven't heard if he's going to be. I think he's going to play. Kalia Davis, probably.
But I haven't heard. No.
Yeah. Kevin Givens, I want to say it was Tommy who said that he's officially out. I have not seen that yet. Yatir, I don't see him.
Kyle's presser, and I think Tommy is right.
Yeah.
I think.
Yatir, I'm not expecting to play. Juwan Jennings is trending towards playing. Mac is obviously going to be QB1. CMC playing. Thomas Morstead's fine. Malik, have not heard officially if he is back yet or not.
But Kyle specifically said after Malik, he said that they need to be officially basically I think it was Isaac Garendo fucked up by basically saying that he knew early that he was going to play. I think it was with CMC or something. Like, you remember last year? And
I remember that now.
I don't remember. I don't believe the Niners got fined or anything like that, but they were probably given a talking to. You know what I'm saying? So Kyle is very like anal. And so if there's any doubt on a player, because they got rid of the probable designation. If there is officially any doubt on a player, they have to list them as questionable. But yeah, I would expect Malik to play.
Yeah. Ricky's out, Brock's out, Upton will play. Jordan Watkins, I don't even know who she is at this point. Kind of like I don't not to be funny, but you know what I mean. It's just he's been hurt for a while. Let's see what happens when he actually gets on the field. CJ West probably going to play because we need him.
Yeah.
Michael looking good. Obviously Trent's going to be fine. So the usual suspects there. Nothing to. And then we jump over to the. Here's one thing. I didn't even know Teddy Bridgewater was on.
So, question.
What's up?
So, it's not hurting the team, whatever. At this point, do you place Brock on IR?
I would wait until after this game. Because I don't want to put him on the IR if everything completely falls apart.
Because this is what my theory is. Okay, is the injury worse, right? Or did what they saw in Jack? Okay, was it a situation where maybe a little bit about how good Mac Jones looked, right? The Brock said, "Coach, I can go, I can go, I can go, I can go." They believed it and saw that Brock was off. That's not Brock, okay? Like what we saw against the Jags.
Yeah.
And said, we can't have that. So are they basically sitting him because he could go, but he's not going to be functional? Or are they sitting him because he legitly can't go? Because if he can't go, at this point, maybe it's my theory. Basically, my theory is, and I want to know what you think. Is this more about him not being on IR? Is more about we're not putting our starting quarterback IR, or is it the two other quarterbacks we could have Rorick and Martinez aren't ready?
I think a lot of it has to do more with what media is saying right here. We can only bring back so many players from IR. So, you know what I mean? I honestly think that's what it was. We have him. It's break in case of emergency. Say something happens to Jones and he just doesn't get up after the next game and we're forced to go to Martinez. Then that means, the next week we can just go ahead and bring Brock back because obviously we don't have anybody else in-house currently.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, like I said, I think it's just because we can only bring back so many. So we're saving that spot for something not necessarily more important, but for somebody else. Just skipped one right here. And we got what's up, Mr. McNiner? How you doing, brother? TJ, I'll play that real quick. And Purdy says he doesn't want to play until he's 100%, and I agree he shouldn't. Purdy should only play if he's less than 100%. If he's the backup because Adrian Martinez is starting and playing, and he's the backup, and then he gets hurt. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. I had to switch to my profile because all the shit's on my profile.
Mm-hmm.
David, we got it right here. Oh, damn! I messed up. God, this stuff on my phone, bro. I got it.
Same old sorry ass man. So long.
I fat fingered it.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's get through some of these else. All right, so obviously the coach for the head coach is going to be Todd Bowles. He's also going to be their DC. He fired pretty much all their defensive coordinators from last year. They've got a weird situation. They've got like 4 or 5 people running their offense, but it goes through Josh Grizzard. They have one coach who has a dual role that's really weird. he is both. I forget what his name was. He's both the running back coach and the linebackers coach. It's a weird one to have a dual. Like you could see someone being like the quarterback's coach and the wide receivers, but you don't usually see someone who's both offense and defense. I like Todd Bowles as a coach, to be honest with you. I think he's a pretty good coach. Obviously, he inherited a good team after the Super Bowl. But yeah, good coach, and we'll see how Josh Grizzard was trained by Liam Cohen, who comes from the McVay line of signal callers, which obviously leads back to Shanahan at some point. So more than likely, Josh Grizzard is going to be a head coach at some point because that's just kind of the way that goes for these guys.
I mean, it's. I don't think we'll ever see Bill Walsh status. And let's be real. From Mike Shanahan, you could say maybe he's had a little success as far as coaches from the Mike Shanahan tree.
Mm-hmm.
But the Kyle tree has not been success. But let's be real. Sean McVay, Kyle, Kubiak. The Shanahan offense is what's hot. So these McVay, Shanahan, whatever coaches will. Yeah. Like it was Gruden. Remember, it was Gruden in the mid 2000s. Gruden and the Gruden offensive coaching staff was hot in the trot in the early 2000s.
TJ's gone dark again.
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. Hold on, let me turn on the light. I didn't even notice. Let me turn on the light.
All right, so let's move on to the Bucks offense, obviously led by Baker Mayfield, who's having an amazing fucking year. Probably up there with top 2, 3 for MVP voting. Who went there right now? Obviously, points per game. They're 7th total offense in general. They're 10th passing yards, 5th. Rushing yards, 22nd, kind of like us. They're not rushing the ball a whole lot. Time of possession, 8th, so they're moving it. Some of the big starters that they're missing is both starting wide receivers Mike Evans, who's usually pretty good for at least 1,000 yards every year. Probably going to be in jeopardy this year unless he has a few big games coming up when and if he gets back. Chris Godwin also out for the game, and then they're going to be without Bucky Irvin. So we're going to have Rashad White, but who's actually a pretty damn good starter. You can almost, kind of like with us and Brian Robinson, we have 2 quality starting backs, even though I think they use Rashad White a lot better than what we use for Brian Robinson. And then obviously their tackle, Luke Godeke, is out and is being replaced by, I just lost his name. He started 2 games for us last season. Let me look up his name right now because I had his name and it left me. Who's the tackle that we had for 2 games last year starting?
Not Hennessy.
No, I had it and it left my brain. Charlie Heck. Charlie Heck.
Sorry. Bro, I'm so retarded. I was hella sitting here looking for my phone, and I'm literally using it for the broadcast. Okay, but my screen good? Media, everybody, I'm good?
Yep, you're good now, brother. We can actually see you.
Cool. All right. I'm so retarded, bro. I was looking for my...
Where's my phone? As you were just staring at it.
Like, literally, I got 4 hours of sleep the last 48 hours or 24 hours. So, over 24 hours. Leave me alone, okay?
So, like us, they're going to throw the ball a lot. Fuck. And they're good at throwing the ball. And Baker, like I said, Baker Mayfield, honestly, I'm going to say this. As much as I like Brock, had we made the trade a few years ago to actually go out, and I remember pushing this, go get Baker. We win the Super Bowl with Baker. Sorry, I do believe that 100%.
Woo! That's
I believe.
Yeah, I'm not going down that rabbit hole, guys.
All right, but like I said, that's just how I feel. Like I said, I've always thought Baker. The Browns did the stupidest fucking thing ever with Baker Mayfield. You don't let him go.
I will say this. Now that we see what he's able to do in Tampa, and knowing Cleveland is Cleveland,
Yeah.
his issues in Cleveland were clearly more Cleveland than they were him at this
Oh,
point.
100%.
So I will give him that. And Baker.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, bruh.
He still dreams of Nick Bosa softly caressing his arm and pushing
Yeah.
him out of bounds. That still pisses me off. Come on, man. If that was a black quarterback, Nick, you would have ripped his arm off. Let's be honest. Let's be
Fucking
honest.
A, guys. Fucking A. Look,
I forget who said that. I was just like, damn, that's ruthless. Might be slightly true, but funny as fuck at the same time.
oh man. Man. And you know what, bruh? So like, it's just every day, bruh, I'm just getting reminded more and more of the weird. Now it's starting to be less weird because like I'm gonna be 40 in less than 6 months. I'm closer to 40 than I am 39 now, and once you hit 40, there's no like young anymore, kind of thing. But like I always said being in your mid 30s was weird because young people think you're old and old people think you're young, But like today, it was like I was watching this meme and it was all these kids and they're like, "Give me oldie but goodie," and they're like, 50 Cent in the club, Rihanna, Umbrella, and just all these songs that I'm like, oh Lord, no, please, Jesus, no. And like the throwback jam on the day of so for y'all in the Bay, KMEL, so which is one of the rap stations here in the Bay. A customer was pulling up today, and they were playing KMEL, and their throwback jam of the day was from the windows to the wall, right? And I was like, dude, I was like in my junior fucking like homecoming dance or whatever, dancing to that fucking song. Like maybe
Like
sophomore, junior, you know what I'm saying?
I was just out of college, I think, when that came out.
And I was like, and that's a throwback now. Man,
Yep.
fuck, because I've embraced it, bro. I'm old. I've just embraced it now, Jason.
Yeah, I've embraced I've always pushed it away. And then with everything that's happened to me this year, that personally, some of you guys know the whole story, some of you don't.
Yeah.
I now feel old. But all right, let's get back to this stuff and move on to the Bucs defense. And I am never going to not post a picture of one of the sexiest men alive in Vita Vea.
Bay Area, Milpitas, 408 legend.
Yep. Vita Vea is just you know what? I'm going to stand right here, and you're not going to run the ball on me. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He's what we want someone like Alfred Collins, CJ West to become.
He's what we want CJ West to be.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just stand there and don't let anything get by you. And he has done that so damn good for the last, 10 plus years or however much.
Damn, he's been in the league 10 years. Holy shit, I am.
And Angel, shut the fuck
up, cuz. Like
I'm older than your numbers turned around, so fuck you.
I feel old just telling a motherfucker who said he's 24 years old to shut the fuck up about feeling old. Like that just made me feel older. Like just y'all leave me alone, okay? I might have a midlife crisis and go finish my bottle of Henny, and call into work tomorrow. Like leave me alone, please. I don't need to call into work tomorrow. I already did it one day. Jason. Look, like weirdness wise, this let this be the game that we actually break out of in the running game.
Yeah.
But on paper,
when they're good at the running game.
Yeah. On paper, nah, fuck, this ain't gonna be the week to run the football, cuz.
Not when both your starting corners are gone and your third one is out with a concussion.
And not when you have that number 50 there, and the number one rush defense. No, yeah. Look, I'm a little scared, and I know we'll get to it about their pass rush. and dropping back Mac Jones 40 times this game. But yeah.
But here's the thing, though, with being down your both starting cornerback, Todd Bowles is known to just blitz. He is a relentless blitzer
What is
on defense.
Jawan's official designation?
Questionable.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
With both your two corners down, your starting corners down, is he gonna trust them and be the relentless blitzer that he typically is? After last week with both of them down, no, they backed off a little bit, which is why passing yards per game they're 20th. And if you saw the game last week against the Seahawks, Sam Darnold was throwing everything on him. Does a lot when Sam Darnold's throwing for you. Throws for 300, almost 400 yards on you. So I mean, do I expect us to try and run the ball? Sure. Do I also expect us to kind of give it up and just end up throwing probably 45 times again? Also, yes.
True, but look, Niners are playing with house money, right? Like we agree at this and everything, and we're quick to say the rookies are going to lose this a game doing what rookies do. Look, this is kind of a fantasy Cinderella story. Eventually, Mac Jones is going to show why he's a backup quarterback. Maybe. I mean, okay, like is it realistic? Y'all tell me I'm crazy, okay? Like is it really realistic? Like I'm not wrong, right? Like eventually he has to show that he's either a legit starter and just continues to do this, and let's be real, Niners are going to basically almost have to trade him because he's not going to re-sign here, after next year. Or he's going to eventually show you why he's a backup. And one of the ways to protect him and not show him that he's a backup, and I fully agree with you, Jason. Like when you look and you say they're down, they're down their top three corners. But one of the ways that you protect your backup quarterback and not make him look like a backup quarterback is not having him drop back 35 times a game.
Yeah, but that's not an option for us at this point, by the way things look.
Yeah. With look, I'm not saying I agree with you, Jason. We're gonna throw the ball this game. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be surprised if Tuesday, if we're talking about our shaky, injured offensive line, our backup quarterback, and being down our second best receiver, possibly our starting two. But I'm pretty sure. Let's be real. Juwan's gonna play, but
how much of Juwan's gonna play?
Yeah, I could see the game plan, which I agree. This is how I would attack them, but I could see that being what actually cost us the game.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Looking at fantasy football, I mean, other than CMC and maybe Baker Mayfield and Egbuka, I'm really not starting anybody in this game. You know what I mean? Even though, KB went off for like 27 points last week. Jennings is usually good for a few big points here and there. Other than that, yeah, I'm really not starting anybody else. Maybe Otten if your tight end is, gone for the week or, the bye or something like that.
That's concerning when you're also talking about CMC.
Yeah.
That's not good, bro. When you're not talking about starting CMC.
No, I'm saying other than CMC and Baker Mayfield, I don't think I would start really anybody else.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. All right, into the fun part. And we've got, let's see, over under, we got 47.5. The way the defenses on this are playing, I'm taking the over, obviously.
See, 46. So 48 would be 24. So that's 23.5 each.
I can see that, but the way these defenses are playing,
I would not touch that. If it was 50, I would go under. Gun to my head, I would take the under.
All right. And the spread right now, the Bucks are -3, so AKA it's basically an even game. I wouldn't touch that one either.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'd say, I would take Niners. I don't see Tampa Bay beating us more by a field than a field goal. So if it was 4, I definitely would. I would take the Niners. If it was 4, I might say, okay, maybe Tampa. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not touching that one.
All right, so here's what I'm betting on this week: CMC anytime touchdown, Baker
Cool.
Mayfield plus 261 yards. I am taking CMC at under 16 rushes because I think he'll get more than 16 touches, but I think we're going to see him lined up out wide a lot more than we are behind, or at least
Did you
And
notice that we
oh,
saw CMC and Brian Robinson on the field together last year? Or I'm sorry, on Thursday. Did
yes,
you
I
notice
did.
that?
I love the the play design when they were on the field at the same time.
We loved it too. So I'm with you. I'm taking. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily touch that, but yeah, okay. I would be more focused on his touches, but okay. And that one makes me a little nervous, but okay. What's the last one?
Eddie Pinheiro plus is he going to make more than 1.5 field goals? So 2. He's going to make 2 field goals.
I take that. I take
That's an
that
easy.
because
That's an easy one.
I ultimately think that we. Okay, let me tell you this. If I told you the game comes down to what team performs better in the red, like my issue with this game, and this is why I would take that bet, is I can definitely see us struggle to put the ball in the red zone on this defense.
We have historically struggled in the
So
red zone.
I say that we might give up some. I don't know how we score our touchdowns or whatever, but if you tell me that we stall out and this motherfucker kicks 2-3 field goals at like the 15,
Yeah.
yeah, bruh. Yeah, okay.
All right. That's everything I got, brother.
All right. So yeah, we got officially now. It's the boogie. I can't do Freddie Wooger just because that's too typical, bruh. But like, yeah, I like the boogeyman because like Fred just proved why he's the best middle linebacker, and like there is a picture that's been going around of like it's like you could tell it's Matthew Stafford. Like Matthew Stafford is looking at Fred Warner. Fred Warner is looking at Matthew Stafford. And you could tell, like in the video, he's trying to look him off with his eyes and everything like that. But Fred is just dead on looking at him. And it's like the ultimate, like it's just that you know how they tell you never look at like a wolf in the eyes or like is it a wolf or whatever? Like you know what I'm saying? Don't look
Yeah.
these creatures in the eyes. They'll take that as a challenge.
Mhm.
It's Fred Warner just look me in my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he looked in that camera, and he said it kind of jokingly, but when he looked at that camera and said, I'll survive every horror movie because I'm the boogeyman, I'm just like, bro, that's Ronnie Lott. Like Ronnie Lott would say some shit like that, bro. And y'all know how much I love the Hitman.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, no, that's it for me. Tune in Sunday. We'll be doing I might be a little bit on the road, so it might not be from home. So hopefully we actually might have we had good Wi-Fi today, but we actually might have really good Wi-Fi. So I'll be from a location yet unknown,
TBD.
but TBD. But yeah, tune in. What the game's at? Oh, the game's at 1 now, huh?
Yep. We moved it
Yeah.
back.
So I'll be going live. I'll do 12. I'll do 12:30. We'll start pregame at 12:30. All right, brother.
All right, man. Good shit. We'll see you Sunday morning, and we got some crazy breaking news between now and then.
Yes, sir. See you Tuesday, bro.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for showing up to the Niner Faithful Radio Weekend Review, Buccaneers Week 6. Again, don't forget TJ will be going live on Sunday before the game with the pregame. I will be live at halftime doing the halftime report, and then Jamie will be doing the postgame at some point after that. Otherwise, everybody, y'all have a great weekend. Kick its ass. Fafi tai. Te lava. One